Hey everyone, welcome and thank you so much for being here with me today. It is my honor to be here on this Easter Sunday and a beautiful morning here in the Northeast. I am so happy to be delivering a message from Spirit to you on this day. Sundays are usually my sacred reading Sundays, and I just feel a sacred connection to Spirit, and whoever you feel connected to is right for you. I feel very much like we've been discussing, Spirit has been talking to us about our journey. And I have been saying all along that the journey is the most important part of this whole spiritual and physical existence. It is super important that we realize that we can't rush certain things and that we must enjoy the experience of our path, our journey along the way, because our souls are infinite and the energy goes on, right? And so when we take the path of least resistance, I think that is the key to our journey. I believe that we can make our journey harder than it has to be by resisting change and things like that. So I don't know, I just felt inspired to say that. But I do feel a connection to Denise Lynn reading cards. I was looking at purchasing some of her cards online, and it just hit me. It feels more. I feel a connection to that type of energy today. What her style of reading her cards. But more than that, I feel a connection to all of you. I feel a connection to the earth and to nature and to animals. And I feel a connection to the natural path that is laid out for all of us. And as I always say, we are all in this together on our own unique paths. And so if you're new to this channel, please know that it is always, we always bring messages to you, genuinely given from Spirit through me to you. Okay? The messages are always, I'm not just the messenger, I'm also learning in all of these messages. It just astounds me sometimes how much there is to learn and the lessons along the way. I'm going to ask you to please take a few breaths and clear your energy, and to know that whatever message comes in will come in the right timing and in the right energy for you. And our message today is it feels like some sort of bell ringing is what I'm seeing here. Sort of like a bell ringing, like I want to say a church bell, some kind of bell, maybe even a not a bell but a singing bowl. How that sort of just is a beautiful flow of sound that sort of pierces to the soul. Okay, so there's some sort of acknowledgement here, a bell, a sounding of the horn. You get what I'm trying to say, right? It does feel like Archangel Gabriel is here to assist us in understanding what this message might mean. And it does feel like whatever that sound is for you, it comes in, and that's where Archangel Gabriel comes in to kind of assist in learning what that means for you. Okay, the bottom of the deck is, oh my gosh, I don't know what is with this light lately. staying focused, okay? This card, Hold the Course, is very, very significant right now, if you could see that. It feels like there is an energy of flowing with what is happening right now, okay? It feels like there is a very strong sense of, I don't know if I want to say treading water, but understanding the flow, right? Understanding, not necessarily in detail, but understanding that there's always a flow to something. Something's always moving. Because I'm seeing a river. I'm seeing the way that the river runs. It always goes in one direction. And it's like, instead of trying to fight the river going upstream, you're flowing with it. I have used the analogy before of being on a lazy river, right? If you've ever been to one in a theme park, just sort of flowing with the river in your little tube. Lots of fun and very relaxing. But it feels like staying the course here is that it feels like all. So I'm seeing this water, right? The river. All paths lead to this flow of energy that brings you to a place of peace. Okay, that's what this feels like. And it feels very natural. Like whatever this flow is, wherever it's leading you, you're trusting. And if you've ever, like I said, that I'm going to use that ride as an example. I don't know about you, but if you've ever done that and just kind of float in the water, you're not worried about where it's going to lead you, because it's a course that has been mapped out to start at one place and end at another, right? So it's a very peaceful journey from your entry point to your exit. And so this card says, believe in magic, journey by moonlight, right? I feel like whatever situation you're in, you're being led to a place where it is best for you, for your soul, for your journey. It feels very much like sometimes we're in the dark and we don't know what's at the end, right? We don't know what's going to be at certain stopping points along the way on our journey. But it feels very much like that energy is here to calm us, to be with us along the way. I want to tell you a story about something. A long time ago, many years, members of my family, we went on a down the river in tubes, right? But we went later in the day, which wasn't necessarily a smart thing, because what happened was I was waiting on the banks with my youngest child. We didn't go on that excursion with the other family members because she was too little. So we were kind of waiting there for them, and they weren't showing up. They weren't where they should have been by a certain time, because it was starting to get dark. And I was starting to get very worried because I didn't see them and I didn't hear them. And it felt very much, I felt a lot of fear because I wasn't sure what happened. What happened? Did they stop somewhere? Did something happen along the way? What happened? And I was worrying and worrying and worrying. I wasn't hearing them. And it started turning dark, and it was dark. And I was panicked because I'm a mom. I was panicked, and so I started yelling out for them, "Where are you? Where are you?" And I couldn't hear anything. There was nothing. It was silence. And so I called for assistance for some people to help me. And long story short, it ended up that the flow of the river had slowed way down. And it was just this calm, moving very slowly in their inner tubes, right? Moving very slowly down the river. When they finally arrived, I said, "I was so worried about you. What happened?" And at that time, my husband then, he said to me, "Relax. We were enjoying. It was just taking a very long time. The river, the current slowed way down, and so we were just drifting along." And thinking back to that story, thinking back to it, I'm thinking, they weren't worried. They had faith. They were relaxed. They knew where they were going to end up. It was dark, yes. But something about that experience brought me to today's a statement about this message. And it really is about enjoying the journey, relaxing. It's dark. Have faith. Know that the current is going to lead you to where you're supposed to be. Okay? Sometimes we feel in the dark. And I know I've said this over and over, but this feels like it's a very pressing issue that Spirit wants you to know. Sometimes you feel like you're in the dark. Sometimes you feel like maybe I made the wrong turn. I wasn't supposed to turn here or make this decision because nothing seems to be happening. Bear with me while I sip. But Spirit says sometimes you're not supposed to see certain things. You're supposed to understand that there is a light. The light always follows the darkness. Breaks through and burns through the darkness so you can see again. And so it feels like for some of you, you may be experiencing some sort of here on the bottom of the deck, keep going forward. Keep going forward. Right? Ascending the mountain. Sometimes we have to just have faith and know that if the current slows down a little bit in our path, it's meant to. It's supposed to. There's a reason why. A lot of times it's about protection from something. And sometimes it's about waiting for the right moment for the universe to kind of open up the floodgates so you can propel yourself forward. I know, as a human being, it's frustrating to not get to where you want to be in the time you want it to be. Trust me, been through it. But there is a very important thing for you to remember, and that is, this is a constant. Love flows through you and to you. Voyage of the heart. Oh my goodness, this message. We are all on this trajectory, and guys, the core of our existence, the core of this journey, it is love. It is the innermost part of you and me. It is love that leads us through the darkest times. It is love that pulls us out of a bad way. It is love that brings us together in support of one another. It is love that heals a broken heart. And it is amazing how much love can do within us, outside of us, around us, for us. And it is that love that keeps us moving on our path, on our journey that is blessed. I'm telling you, this is a very special time in our lives. Slow down. Allow yourselves to feel through whatever it is you're going through. To understand that blessings are just around the corner and that tomorrow is another day and joy comes in the morning. Understand that. And you will have an easier path. Wow. Do you see this? I can't make this up. These cards are on the bottom of the deck. Go slow and take your time. It feels like, if it seems like you're backed into a corner and you can't do anything right now, you want to purchase this but you can't, you want to fix this but you can't, wait. Give it some time. Allow your blessings to come through. Allow the universe to open something up for you, to give you those things that you so desire. And as I always say, when you put your intentions out there, don't put them out there with desperation or hurt or whatever. Put your intentions out there with love. That's it. Love is the only truth, guys. It is. Savor your life. Savor passion and pleasure. Savor the good things and appreciate the things that aren't so good, that help you learn so you can be prepared on your journey going forward. This feels so much like Spirit saying, don't you know? You've got this. This is something that you are in control of your manifestations. You're in control of your journey, your destiny, because your destiny is already there for you. It's already written. You're in control of that by allowing yourself to trust your path. And it's okay. If you fall along the way and you feel discouraged, you're human. See, this is the part that gets a little deep. We're human beings carrying around our energetic being, okay? We are magical beings of light, I'm telling you. There is infinite abundance coming into your life. Look at that. It's coming. I think of the story of, and when I was growing up, I was always loving this story about Jesus, and it may have been this, was it Galilee? Where he came across a village and a little boy was fishing because his community was hungry. And he wanted to feed everyone. He wanted to help. But he was discouraged because he was catching maybe 1 or 2 fish. Not enough, clearly not enough for everyone. And Jesus came upon this child and said, "Oh, ye of little faith." Now, this isn't word for word. It's what I remember, okay? But it's the energy that I feel here. And the boy said, "But, sir, I don't have enough to feed my village. It's clear that there's only a few fish here." And Jesus said, "Cast your net, bring it in, and tell me what you see." And with that faith, that child brought in enough food, plenty for the village. And it always makes me feel like, how do we justify not having faith? Yes, sometimes there is a staggering reality of certain things. But it feels like we are expected to expect miracles because part of our energetic makeup is miraculous, right? We are magical. We are magical beings of light. And guys, I know some of you may not understand that, and you may be like, what is she talking about? But I'm telling you, if our energy can go on forever, how miraculous is that in and of itself? And so when we get in that energy, in that place where we believe, right? It's because we are tapping into that part of us that is that miracle, that miraculous energy. That I feel like in this day and age, a lot of people don't have that. They've lost sight of it because there's too much drama and chaos and other things going on that take away from our light, from our seeing ourselves clearly, right? It feels very it feels like it's a natural, it feels like something we've haven't tapped into, or something we haven't discovered within ourselves. I'm telling you guys, we have more power, more alchemy than we realize to create things in our lives, that bring us to this place of receiving. And I feel like a lot of us are in a receiving place right now. Archangel Raphael is here, and this healing angel's with you, supporting you through all of this. I feel like he is your inner light that guides you through the darkness, that brings you to a place where you're supposed to be, where your path is taking you. I'm not saying don't do anything. I'm saying allow yourself to trust and to have faith. And when we're in a place of calm, we make better decisions, don't we? Believe me, I've been in places where I haven't been calm and I can't think straight. So it makes sense that when we're in a place of calm, our truth comes forward. Our decisions are easier made. There is more joy. There is more peace. And it takes practice. It takes practice to stay in faith and to be in faith, to have faith. Because we've lost that along the way. But that's okay, because it's still there for us to access, okay? Let me see what else. These healing. Angel Therapy is the name of this deck that I just used here. Angel Therapy. I can't wait until it gets warmer. I'm going to do my readings outside. I love the natural sunlight. What else do you have to tell us, angels? Okay. Oop, oop. Thank you. All right, this is the card that I felt was going to come out for whatever reason. So, notice messages that appear as sounds, music, and words from both external sources and within your mind. Right? This is messages internally that's coming to you. This is this is interesting because I know people that are not spiritual at all that talk about, someone said to me the other day, something interesting is happening. I'm seeing the number 0, either single or double digit, over and over and over again every time I either look at I look at something, or I see something on the way to work or whatever. It's double zeros, and it's 0. And so, guys, this is a time, I'm telling you, this is a special, sacred time to tap into who you are inside. It is a time to appreciate. It is a time to love the miraculous energy that is within you, that is who you are. You are love, made with love, designed to love, to receive love, to give love, to access that core energy within yourself, to have a successful journey, spiritual and physical. I don't think there's any more from this deck that I need to read into. This is the daily healing, daily guidance from your angels deck that I'm going to use for all of us today. What message do you have for us, guides? Do you remember when you were a child, or if you look at children now, the magic that they feel, that they kind of exude, that kind of just comes from their pores when they're children, happily running around, doing Easter egg hunts, or excited for Christmas, or it's just a magical time when children are so joyful and just so free, right? It's interesting that along the way we lose some of that as we become adults. And it feels like our angels are trying to get us back to that place of magic within our lives, within ourselves. What is it you'd like to say, angels? Okay. There's nothing to worry about, okay? Nothing to worry about. You're safe, and the situation is under the perfect control of the divine providence and universal order. Only infuse loving thoughts and emotions into that situation to ensure the highest possible outcome flows effortlessly to and through you. Okay? Flow with the river, flow with the current. Be at peace and know that you are loved, you're protected, and you're safe. Understand that we are all magical beings of light. We are. I keep coming back to, I feel like somebody's sort of chuckling going, yeah, okay. But the energy within ourselves, I feel like hasn't been, that spiritual side of us, that truth, that voice, that inner light, hasn't been balanced with your physical self, right? As above, so below. It should be the same. It takes practice to stay in balance, to stay motivated. It takes daily communication with yourself, with your divine creator. Get on YouTube and find some motivational guidance, meditative guidance. I know of a few that I really enjoy listening to. Jason Stevenson is one of them. I think he's still around. I haven't listened in a while. And I feel like that is a good place to start. And from there, I think YouTube's algorithm will take you to other options. But take the time to study yourself, to listen, to get into your innermost light and voice. I hope you have enjoyed this reading on Easter Sunday. Love and light to all of you. Namaste.